Hi guys, I hope you're well. I wanted to come on here because I shared a photo of myself in my early 20s when I was looking overweight and a photo of me now when I'm looking lean in my 40s. And I got such beautiful feedback. Thank you so much for being so kind. Some of you were really sweet. And then I got some haters. The haters will be haters. You can't, anytime you put yourself out there, expect it. So I'm like, okay. But I am going to address this because ultimately I want to make sure everybody is understanding where I'm coming from and why I'm sharing things, but also because of the things they said. If you're thinking them or if you have any doubts, I'm clarifying. So one comment was I'm looking too skinny, so I'm still anorexic and I have eating disorders, and so I'm sharing a very dangerous message of being too thin. I'm definitely not too thin. I'm lean, but actually I'm 60 kilos and my height is 166, 167. So my BMI is perfect. I am muscles, basically. I work out every day, body weight and weights. And I also look after myself by eating good food. And I normally, when I didn't do that, when I, if I'm not this lean, this dry, I'm 63 kilos. So it's not like I have a big difference. It's just a couple of different kilos difference. Also, because of my body structure, my body on top looks small, but actually my legs are pretty full and strong. So not too thin. I was anorexic. I know how that feels and how I was looking. So I can promise you, it's nothing like that. And also, I eat an abundance of food, which wasn't the case in the photo that you saw when I looked very overweight and bloated. And the reason I was feeling that way is because I was going on these crash diets and then I was just stuffing myself with binging with food that I wasn't supposed to have because I was living on deprivation mode and reduction. And now I never stuff my face with anything bad because I literally eat so much food that is good for me. I'm mostly raw, 95%, but I still eat some cooked food like tofu, quinoa, sweet potatoes. So I eat an array of amazing foods, but my diet is mostly fruit and vegetables, and there are impulses and beans, which actually are cooked. So I am perfectly healthy. My blood work is amazing, never been better at 43, and I feel energized. I sleep better, I stress less. I mean, there's a whole thing. My period is, if you want to know, very regular, on the dot, 28 days. So I have no issues there. I'm not too lean and I'm not too thin, and I am definitely not having any eating problems. I actually love food. Um, so that's one thing. Thank you for being concerned but sharing in a very negative way. I guess you're projecting, and so I'm really sorry that you feel that way. But what I'm saying to people, of course, is to make sure that they do eat and what they put in their body loves them back. So eat real food. Don't eat junk. Don't eat diet things because you think it's less calories. When something is diet is generally stuffed with other things that our body doesn't even recognize as food, go back to nature. Have fiber. If you want to lose weight, fiber is your friend because it regulates everything into your body. Also, remember, the thing that has changed most about me is my body composition. I used to have more visceral fat and an accumulation of fat, which resulted, of course, in type 2 diabetes. To reverse that, I had to structure my body to recompose where I was holding the fat. So I don't mind having a layer of fat on my body, we all do, but I didn't want it viscerally. I didn't want it inside, which was blocking all my pathways. And now my A1C is perfect, it's 5.4, trying to bring it even lower to 5.2. And I eat a lot of sugar, I eat a lot of fruit. My liver is perfect, my triglycerides are not high at all, my cholesterol is perfect. So I'm in a good place. I don't have pain, I don't feel inflamed, I feel awesome. And I eat a lot of food. So go back to nature. This morning I can give you an example of what I eat so that you know how much I eat. I had a bowl of soy yogurt, so it's not even raw, with hemp seeds, cacao nibs, and berries and bananas. I had actually 3 bananas in there. So plenty of food, plenty of food. And then I will have a massive salad with a nice big chunk of tofu later, and carrots, and all sorts of things that I have in the fridge. So all the veggies, and yeah, and avocados. So I am definitely feeding myself the right food. And then I drink a lot of water, I drink teas. I have treated myself to some coffee because I love the taste, with soy milk. So again, not depriving myself at all. That's it for now. I guess the other thing that I received is that I don't know, someone said that I wasn't looking actually healthy. In that photo, actually, it was early morning. I just finished yoga. I was sweaty. I didn't have makeup on. I was like half asleep, kind of, after practice, because I had a really intense practice. So I didn't have, jewelry or makeup. And if you think I look that horrible, I'm sorry. That's my face. It's still the same face. So when these things come through, though, they are like personal attacks, and I feel like they're not really conducive to anybody's health. But anyway, and then the other comment was, you shouldn't be telling anybody what to eat because you are definitely having an eating disorder. Again, I go back to the first answer, which is I definitely don't have an eating disorder. I eat, and when I go out, I eat whatever is available that I feel like eating. I'm fully plant-based, vegan, and so generally we just have a less fat on us because we don't eat animal products, and yet we get all our nutrients if we eat enough. And I think I do eat enough, and I can't possibly eat anymore. I'm just stuffed, so it's not like I try not to eat. My portions are massive. Like, for those of you, I will actually ask my friends to put a video up, because when I go to my yoga brunches and stuff, when people see me eat, they're like, whoa. I go to the buffet, for example, like 3-4 times with big plates. I am not ashamed of eating. I love eating. So definitely not eating disorders, but I'm eating plants, and it's a lot of fiber, it's a lot of bulk, and then I digest it and I feel good, and that's the solution. Now, when I teach about nutrition, I don't teach diets. I don't teach reduction. I don't teach deprivation. I don't teach reduction even of portions. I simply tell people, eat what comes from nature, because that food comes with fiber and it will love you back. And if we have any digestive issues, we work through it. And there is such a thing as personalized nutrition. The other thing I've learned to manage is my hormones. Right now, as I'm getting my period, if you want to really know, which is actually very punctual every month, I'm not fasting as much. I'm fasting shorter hours, and I'm having more glucose spiking, if you want to call them that, foods. Like I'm having, I had 3 bananas. I'm having more starchy things, because progesterone loves that. So before your period, you don't fast, you get that, you give your hormones what they need. Day 1 of bleeding, or day 2, day 1 you don't fast still. Day 2 you can start fasting long hours, because estrogen actually needs to come up, and it doesn't like glucose being high, it likes glucose being low. So I just adjust that by having more green leafy vegetables instead of having more starchy foods. I have understood my hormones. I've understood what my body really wants, and I give it to it. So there is not such a thing as dieting. I don't diet anymore. When that photo that was early 2000 actually, I believe, anyway. So when that photo was taken, I was really not in a good place. I was so bloated, and I was starving myself. I was literally starving myself. Like, I wasn't eating for days, and I was eating very little, and I was so careful about what I was eating. And then I would just have these massive cravings, and I would control them until I couldn't control them anymore, and then explode and just have everything that was available to me. And I remember this horrible feeling that I was actually going to the supermarket because the cravings were so bad. My body was like, if you don't give me sugar, I'm gonna lose it, like literally. And I went to the store, and I was even looking at the lower fat desserts because I didn't want to feel as guilty. And those are the worst. Even I should have just had a nice, full on cake, baking myself or something. Point is, I was treating my body horribly. And the result of that was that I was just getting really bloated because my body was trying to understand what I was doing, because I was starving it and then giving food, and the body was like, we're gonna hold on to everything here because this one doesn't eat. And now that I eat all the time and I eat big amounts, my body's like, we're good. We have energy coming in, we have nutrients coming in, we're good, relax, no problem. This is why I'm not putting on weight when I eat such big amounts. And this is why I am not dieting. And this is why I don't feel deprived. And this is why I don't feel sick anymore. And I'm so happy. I feel so balanced and grateful that I understood how the body works, how hormones work, and how to look after myself. We need to stop this propaganda of you need to have this amount of protein and you need to have this amount of this. I know what my body needs. I definitely eat about 1,700, 1,800 calories a day, and that's enough for me. If I'm working out more, then I will have more calories. I have times when I can have even 2,500 calories. It's fine. I just enjoy the food. I don't count the macros, I don't count the micros, I just enjoy the food. Am I full? Perfect. Am I still hungry? Let's eat some more. That's all. Simple. Why torture yourself when you don't have to? So, haters, be nice. And as for my face, this is what I was born with. I can't do anything about it. I mean, of course, I love to have the beautiful face of these fantastic looking women online, but that's what I came up with. So, can't change it. And I'm not gonna stop plastering so that I look different. I am who I am. I love myself. This took me years. Self-love took years, and it's a daily process. And for those of you who, by the way, make ugly comments, let me just tell you something. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there, but also to be kind to yourself and love yourself. And I acknowledge that I still have body dysmorphia, and there are days when I look at my body and I absolutely am terrified that it's not perfect and that I still have things that are not looking the way I want. Okay, so even taking that shirtless photo to show the progress and the difference between my 20s and now, it wasn't comfortable. It wasn't something that I was happy to do. But if you don't do it, how do you show people that actually what you eat makes a difference in your body? So I did it. But it's not, definitely, I don't go around with my top up. In fact, my belly is one of the most treasured place that I would never put out there. I really struggle even to go on the beach with a bikini. This is because I definitely have some trauma that's got to do with my root chakra and my pelvic floor, and also my belly per se. And I just, it's a part I don't like to show. So that photo wasn't very comfortable to take. All right. But I deal with body dysmorphia still, and I have to talk to myself in a kind way. And thankfully, when I read these messages that came into, thank you for sending them privately and not, posting them horribly online. I'm guessing. I don't know if it was a courage thing or a respect thing. Either way, I will not be sharing them, and I will not be naming names. No need. But think about how other people are feeling, because we are going through something all the time. And I'm very open and very honest about my struggles, including what I'm facing now that I am healed, but I'm still very aware that certain patterns are habits. They are ingrained in us and they can come up. So just be mindful of that when you make comments with people. Don't be mean, don't be crude, don't be disrespectful. Try to be empathic. And if you don't understand something because you haven't lived it, then try to sit back and think, how do people actually feel? Even if you're not naturally empathic, you can do that. It's an exercise. It's a behavioral exercise. The other thing that I would say is, if you have body issues and you're projecting, seek help. We are here to help. If you are struggling and you need to get support so that you can be where you are and not be mean to other people in the process, we're here to help. And we've all been there, and it's easy to be not always gentle and kind when we are not happy. But trust me, the biggest satisfaction comes when we are actually kind human beings. So that's what I wanted to share. I hope you're well, and I'll see you soon.